Hey guys, it's Phantom here, and welcome back to a brand new video, everyone. So in today's video, I am going to be discussing with you all my opinion of the top 5 most forgettable areas in Wizard101. So right before we start the list here, I just want to preface this by saying, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of hard to put this list together because I just don't have any particularly good memories or memorable memories of any of these areas in particular. So yeah, that is why, in essence, they made the list, if that makes sense. So anyways, guys, without further ado, let us get into number 5. So the first area coming up on this list is going to be the area of Sudarland. So some of you might actually disagree with this ranking just because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who really do like Sudarland because it's part of Wintertusk, and Wintertusk is a really nice, I wouldn't really call it a world, but it is a very nice zone within the world of Grizzleheim, and I have to agree with you there. And honestly, Sudarland isn't really the worst looking area in the world. There's definitely some aspects about it that aren't terrible. However, this world stands out to me as, or this area stands out to me as one of the more forgettable areas in Wintertusk though, because it stands out purely for the fact that it does not stand out at all to me. And I'm not really sure why, because this area does look a lot like the other areas in Wintertusk, but when I was trying to remember what actually happened in Sudarland, I just had no idea. I know we had to go to Sudri, I know we had to get his golden fleece, but I'm not really sure what we had to do beyond that. Pretty much when I quested throughout these areas on my fire a very long time ago, I remember doing Osterland. I remember thinking it was nice. I remember doing, what is it called, Nordrland. I remember doing Vesterland, all those areas. And then when it came to Sudarland, there was just a gap in my memory. And I'm not really sure why. Like I said, the appearance of the area isn't really too bad. So maybe it had something to do with the story. Maybe it just wasn't that engaging. Maybe it was at a place in the, I guess a place in Wintertusk, like being the third world and everything, where you're kind of just used to things and you're not quite at the end yet, but you're not quite at the beginning either. I'm not really sure the reason for it, but Sudarland for me was an extremely forgettable area that I pretty much don't really know much about at all. So yeah, that's why it goes in at number 5 on this list, and with that being said, let's go to number 4. Coming up next, we have Tadakai Outpost. Tadakai Outpost? Yeah, whatever. Anyways, this outpost here is gonna be coming up next on the list, and this area, man, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't remember a thing that happened. I think there might have been some segment in the questline where we burned down a few towers, and then we might go into this little dojo centerpiece right here to defeat a guy, but really, I don't know. I honestly don't know. When I think of areas in Mushu that I really love, this place, this area never ever comes up. I honestly forget of its existence. I know of Hametsu Village, which is the road that you have to take, you know, as a prerequisite to getting here, but like this actual area, I just don't feel like we do much here at all. Like there's a few Otomo people, there's some pigs. I guess there's the polluted earth, which has like the earthwalkers and stuff like that, whatever they're called. But there's just really not a lot here. I just feel like we don't really do a lot here. We don't get a lot done. This isn't even the area that contains the Crimson Fields, because that is back in Hametsu Village in that little, you know, courtyard right there. Really, this area, it's just so random. It's just off the beaten path of Hametsu Village, and while I'm questing through it, I don't really pay attention to it at all. I think this area is honestly quite boring, to be honest. It's also filled with these really annoying balance mobs. One thing I do remember is how fucking shitty they were, but overall for the area, it just never really stood out to me. Like it's just the outpost, man. You don't really do much here. There's really not a whole lot here for you. So yeah, that's why it comes in at this list. I swear to God, if someone like is in the comments, they go in the comments and they tell me that Tadakai Outpost is their favorite area, well, I'm hiding you from my channel. I'm sorry. That's just the way it goes, man. But without further ado, though, with that being said, I think I said that last time. Let's get into number 3, everyone. Next up, we have Chelsea Court, everyone. Let's take this weird little contraption with the lifeless dog over to Chelsea Court, which is the number 3 spot on this list, as you guys have probably guessed. But anyways, though, here we are. Here we are in Chelsea Court. I believe this is the second area that you go to in Marleybone. Second one with, like, you know, actual quests that you have to defeat enemies in and everything like that. But the thing is, what my problem is with Chelsea Court, and I believe I mentioned this in a video that I posted a really long time ago, like last summer or something, about the least favorite areas from each world. Anyways, though, what I stressed in that video was that Chelsea Court, it kind of struggles with the problem of being very similar to Hyde Park, except that since it's like the second area, I suppose, that you actually go to in Marleybone, at least for me, I just didn't pay a lot of attention to it, you know. And a lot of streets in Marleybone do look the same, but there were just so many similarities to Hyde Park that I suppose when I actually just got to the area of Chelsea Tower, I had just become numb to the whole thing. And really, there's just not much of significance here either. Like, you got a few random bosses. The main thing I think that's actually here, like your main goal, is to enter the Chelsea clock tower right here and then defeat somebody inside. Fuck if I know, but seriously though, there's really just not much significant here, not much really to remember for me. I always remember what happens in Hyde Park and how we get like ambushed when we're trying to find Baxter. But here, there's just not really any moments like those, I suppose. Nothing to stick in my head like that. So, anyways, that is going to be it for Chelsea Court, everyone. Let's move on to number 2. Alright, next up is going to be Abbey Road, everyone. I mean, what the fuck happens here? Like, how many people who have quested through Avalon actually just remember this area playing a prominent role in the... Okay, yeah, there was a reagent there. I wasn't tripping. How many people actually remember this area playing a prominent role in the story? I really don't. The only thing that is kind of notable is there's like this little, I don't even know what to call it. It's not a cottage, but it's not the castle either, but it's like a little hall, I suppose, where the Knights of the Silver Rose are gathered with King Artorias. You know, that's all cool and dandy and everything. That is pretty much the only significant thing about this place. I really don't think there's anything else here. There's the road back to Caliburn if you want to go there. Matkiss Axe Thief. Wait, who is that? Is there actually a boss in this area? Interesting. Anyways, you have all of the... You got all the shopkeepers as well. I suppose there's Roger the Shrubber, who I believe gives you the plant all spell, so I gotta thank that guy for that. But I guess the area of Abbey Road, though, is just so... It's so weirdly placed. It's so weirdly placed, and it really begs the question of why they actually decided to make this a separate street away from Caliburn, because I feel like you could fit everything in Abbey Road into Caliburn, because there's really just nothing in Caliburn. Like, why not have all of these people just be in Caliburn? Like, why not have all this stuff just be in Caliburn? It makes no sense. It makes no sense why we have to go to a completely different street to actually talk to the king if he's just one street away. Why? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me why this has ever existed, and I know I always make a point to forget it as I go into Avalon. And it's not like anything happens here either. You literally just go to talk to the knights. I think you like go here to fix a table or something. That's about all that happens. I'm not even lying to you about that. That is like the only thing that is somewhat memorable about this, I suppose. Anyways, though, that is going to be it for Abbey Road, everybody. Let's get into... Geez, are we already at number 1 on this list? Let's get into it. Coming in at number 1 is going to be every single area inside of Celestia. I mean, just like, look at this place. Look at this place. Look around you. It's awful. It's everything about it. No, actually, though, coming in at the number 1 spot is going to be Waterfront. Now, the reason why I put Waterfront here is because the only thing that I actually do remember about it is going into the Black Palace and then defeating one of those, like, tsetse guys, whatever his fucking name is, I don't know. He changes identities, like, every 2 seconds, but defeating, like, him, I suppose I did that in this area. Anything else, though? I honestly don't know. I have no idea what happened. What it comes down to is you have an area that looks exactly like Stone Town, has the same enemies as Stone Town, but without the zoo, you know? And I just kind of have a problem with that. Or the Queen's Palace. This place just has nothing here. I guess there's... Wait, Stone Town Library. There's Stone Town Library, but that's located in Waterfront. That really confuses me. I guess you get to Drum Jungle from here. that's of some significance. But every time I go to Waterfront in Zafaria, I'm always wondering throughout the quests, when can I get out of here? When is the time where I can actually take that little boat offered by this lion here and go get my Colossal in Drum Jungle, right? No one really cares about Waterfront, and I am, safely tight-knit within that group. I don't like this area. It is super duper forgettable in my opinion. I have no idea what happens here. It's basically Stone Town's disregarded twin or whatever. Anyways though, that is pretty much it though for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, you could always leave a like or subscribe to the channel. But yeah guys, I'll see you in the next video or stream, whenever that may be. So have an amazing day everybody. Take care and peace out.